All right, well, good morning, good afternoon. Welcome from across the USA, Canada, or if you're international, welcome to our Super Saturday. My name is Doug Overvold, and I am more than thrilled and excited to be co-hosting this Zoom today with none other than CTFO's #1 earner, an all-round great guy, great leader, Michael Swilling. Good morning, Michael. Good afternoon. How are you?
Good morning, everyone.
Welcome, welcome. So we're going to start out with a little Q&A. I've got a few questions for Michael that's going to help all of you just understand our company, our SmartShip, our products, our compensation, the timing, and just kind of get you up to speed. And then we're going to dig in a little deeper after that. I've got some keys for success, and I'm going to walk you through how to make 2022 a great year. And I'm just excited, Michael. I'm having success on a daily basis right now, generating quality leads, building new customers, bringing builders in. So I'm going to show people some of the dialogue I'm having and the messaging, and just kind of get people an idea of what's happening. And then we'll wrap it up with a little Q&A. How does that sound?
Sounds awesome.
Okay. Well, let's get started. Michael, for those people that have not heard your story, I know you've been able to make this a 30-year career working for yourself, working out of your house, not having to worry about a job and stress and all that stuff. And so just share a little bit of your story and why you love this industry, if you would, please.
Yeah, well, thank you, Doug, so much. And I appreciate you and congratulations on your success. And welcome, everyone. Welcome to coming on a Saturday and finding time to jump on a Super Saturday, getting started training here. You know, kind of a simple story. Came from I would say a middle class, lower income family. Grew up in a condo. Never had a lot of money. Never went on vacations. Had a wonderful, loving family. Went to the University of Connecticut, where I majored in business administration. Had no idea what I wanted to do. I remember going to the guidance counselor and having to fill out a form. This was back in 1987 is when I was getting ready to graduate from college. And I went through like a 30 questionnaire, and all the questions were, every answer was really the counselor, the career counselor said, you're an entrepreneur. Everything here about working your own hours, being your own boss, making unlimited income, you know, you're an entrepreneur. And I found out really quickly, I didn't have the funds or the money to start a business. When I started looking for franchises and small businesses, Doug, they were $100,000 or more. And I was in debt. I was in debt up to my eyeball with student loans because I didn't come from a lot of money. I had a lot of debt. So I did what I had to do. I went out and worked in corporate America. I did extremely well. I was very blessed. I moved up the corporate ladder very quickly. I had a great staff of people. I had a job that the suit and tie, Monday through Friday, but I had no love and passion for what I was doing. And I knew I couldn't spend my career working for someone else. Started looking for, I had already started paying back my student loans, but I really just had a job. And for whatever reason, I don't know how I got on a network marketing list, but I had every company in the world contact me. And I was like, there's no way that I'm marketing or selling, knocking on doors, doing lotions and potions and soaps. And then just one day, I just sat there in the middle of the night, almost in tears, and said, I can't do this for the rest of my life. I cannot be unhappy and not have passion or love for what I'm doing. So I entered into this industry 30 years ago. Absolutely love it. You know, you mentioned in the beginning, you know, being the top income earner. For those that know me personally or live close to me or know my lifestyle, it's never about the money for me. It's always about serving others. It's always about having freedom to work with who you want, when you want, whenever you want, to have freedom of not having to worry about retirement or paying the bills. It really is freedom more than anything. I love this industry. I think it's amazing. It took time. You know, I like to say that when I first got started, it took a few years for me to really understand and learn and make a lot of mistakes, so on and so forth. But it's a blessing. And there's nothing else I could do. I like to say that I'm unemployable. I'm not interested in working a 9 to 5. I'm not interested in having a boss. I just love the freedom, and I love the friendships. I love meeting people and helping and serving others. What better thing to do than help people change their lives with their health, feel better, look better, live longer, be pain-free, have better sleep, lose weight, whatever it is, helping people that on a daily basis. And at the same time, for those who are real serious, a way of creating lifetime residual income.
Oh, that's amazing, Michael. And what's most impressive about you in my eyes is the fact that you don't need to do this. Everybody, Michael's been successful on a big scale. He's been smart. He saved his money. He's in a position where he could sit back and enjoy life and go hit the golf course or do whatever. But he is swinging the bat every day as hard as I've ever seen him swing it. And that is really a testament to you as a leader.
I share with you, before CTFO, I was financially free, never have to work another day in my life. And since being with CTFO, I've made over $3 million. I have no debt. My house is paid for. I have both my kids' college educations. I mean, we could be retired now and spend the rest of our life. I do this because I love this. I do this because I love people. And I want others who want the same freedom that I have. I want to give back and be able to give back to do that. And I'm not saying this to brag. I'm saying this because when you wake up every day and you love what you're doing and you're helping people, it wasn't always like that. It was, I don't want to make it seem like it was like that. There were years of struggling. There were years of, being in debt. There were years of, hardship, so on and so forth. But I knew that if I was consistent over a period of time, that it would begin to flourish. And I was smart with my money. There were a lot of people who make money in this industry. It doesn't matter how much you make, it's what you do with it that matters. So I was very smart. I made wise investments. I live very modestly, extremely modestly. And I'm here because I love this. I love doing this. There's nothing else I would rather do.
Well, we are awfully lucky to have you on the team and one of the great leaders. So thanks for all of that. So let's move on. Obviously, great products are the key to success in any industry, and certainly for us that want to build legacy income, which means we want to work hard and build something that can pay us for the rest of our life and then we can wheel on to our estate. You've got to have great products. They've got to be, products that work, that people want, that people can afford. I've not seen a company that's got a more dynamic product line of really exciting, special things that make a difference, that people want, that people love, that people reorder. And the fact that our average order is over $100 and you only need to spend $45 to qualify. Almost every other company, their average order is the size of the qualifier, because people are just buying, want to make sure they qualify. Our average order is well over twice of that, which is kind of crazy. So tell us what are your top 5 favorite products, Michael?
So I have to be honest, I think I've tried every product that the company has.
Me too.
And they're all my favorite. So to narrow them down is tough. I love the affordability. I love that, we don't say this enough, but we make our own products. Our 10X Pure products, that's our company. We own the manufacturing. I shouldn't say that. We're partners with the manufacturer. We've got a substantial share in it. We're not third-party resourcing. Our products, our 10X Pure products are patented, exclusive, and it's not what you take, it's what you absorb. It's what you get that matters. And so I'm always changing my favorites. I'm down now. I just weighed myself. I'm down to 194. I don't think I've been 194 since the 80s, Doug.
Wow.
And I do it without suffering. I feel amazing. And so I'm going to say my favorite to me, and what I love about CTFO is a variety. So each person, someone might be passionate about CBD. So, I grew my hair. I mean, all that's from CBD. I was completely going bald if you saw my before after picture. So I could say that each person has a different favorite product, but I can tell you what I do every day consistently. 10X Pure multivitamin is just hands-on every day. It's something that I believe in. It's doctor formulated. It it's why buy vitamins that you know that you're not even absorbing and is flushing through your system. So 10X Pure, doctor formulated, 100% every day. With the recent study that just came out, and I'm a coffee drinker, and the study that came out, and we can't make medical claims, but if you go read the Oregon study, what CBDA is doing with what's going on in the world today, I right now drinking a cup of CBDA coffee along with CBG Bliss, automatic. I can't make a medical claim, but just type in Oregon study CBDA, not CBD. So that's just a no-brainer. My health is crucial, and I've lost a lot of friends to COVID. I've seen what's happening out there, and that's a no-brainer. ShapeNBurn, of course, because of my weight loss. But more, it gives me energy. I just feel good. So that's a favorite product. The shakes are big in my family, huge big in my family. For my daughter, for my wife, I'm a big extreme shake, especially with the sensor all in there. Great meal replacement. I love those. And then 10X, well, now I've switched. I'm actually doing the gummies. I just ordered the gummies. They're really big. They're potent though. They're very, very potent. You can smell and taste them, but they're delicious. So those are probably my personal go-tos. Maybe someone has some different ones, which are great, but extremely affordable, especially because I'm on SmartShip. You know, I'm getting 20% off on those products. Yeah, I love them. Just incredible, and you can't get them anywhere else in the world. These are products that are scientifically proven to work. I look at other companies, and there's no data, there's no science. It's just hype. You know what I mean? And you can buy it anywhere. You can't get 10X Pure. We could spend an entire day talking about what is the oil that they add, and the health benefits of each of the 3 ingredients of 10X Pure are incredible.
Yeah, well, I'm going to add 2 more to that list because I love everything you just talked about. For me, the sleep spray was the very first product that I bought 4 years ago. I was never a good sleeper, toss, turn, couldn't shut my mind down. Our sleep sprays changed my life. And then the Cell UV, I just can't live without Cell UV. I'll take that the rest of my life. I'm totally sold on the idea that building glutathione in your body, building healthy cells is going to just be one of the real things. So we're just blessed that we got such a great product line.
I want to say something really important. The fact of network marketing is that, and this is a small group and it's a training, so we can talk transparently. The reality is people come and go. In any company, whoever it is, it's like a funnel where a third of the people are coming in, new people, a third stay, and a third leave. It's just, there's nothing people are people. They jump into the next company, they get discouraged, they find something else. It's just the way it is. How do you become a billion-dollar company? Is you become a billion-dollar company with patented exclusive products that work, that are affordable, and with a SmartShip program. And variety. If we only had CellUV only, it's hard to become a billion-dollar company with just a handful of products. When you have a variety, so say something like Doug, someone falls in love, and it happens all the time. I meet people one day, I'm going to be your biggest leader ever, or I'm going to get to the very top, and then the next day they don't even return my phone call. But they become a customer, which is really where your database is. I'm talking to those that are building a business here. What you're accomplishing, what your goal is 3 to 5 years from now, as you're ready to retire, whenever it is that you have a database throughout the world of people who are redirecting their spending, transfer buying, rather than going to Amazon to buy a vitamin, rather than going to the store to buy a vitamin. Every month, automatically, they're getting a SmartShip order to their door of a 10X Pure doctor formulated thing. Or someone like Doug says, the sleep spray has changed my life. Going on each day, I look at the list of people, and it's amazing to see people that are buying the new pet treats, or the CBDA cream, or the coffee, or so for a network marketing company to have a variety, imagine the expense, the different codes, the warehouse, pre-purchasing the products, it's difficult. That's why you see a lot of companies have just a handful. But for you to build a lifetime residual income, you need to have a vast variety. Now, We can go sizzle fizzle and just say, okay, let's start. I always say we could just have Shape and Burn only and build it to $1 billion. We could have Celluvie, a glutathione precursor, and build it to $1 billion. So sometimes it can get a little confusing what direction we're going. The direction we're going is affordable, exclusive, patented products that work with a 60-day money-back guarantee that people love. And when you do that, and now before Doug, we were kind of, and I'm not being disrespectful, and for those that are new, you might not relate to this, you're very blessed to come in now, but we were kind of having it was like driving a car up a slope, right? Because we didn't have a really great retention of people reordering, but to build a massive organization, having a reoccurring order so that the convenience of it coming monthly, the convenience of taking it regularly on a period of time to have the results is so important. So with that included, it's amazing. Oh, we got right into the smart ship. I already talked about it. You're muted, Dougie.
Hey, I was on mute. Sorry about that. Yeah. So that leads us right into our new smart ship.
Yeah.
Obviously, the end game is residual income, and that's going to be based off people that are committed to our products. Michael, I was in a company called Rexall Showcase that I joined back in 1992. I think it was 92. And I ended up being a top earner there. So I've been to the top of this mountain. I know what it's like. It's amazing. And we had a great product. It was a product called BioSlide that was patented to lower cholesterol, and it helped diabetics. But it was just one product. And I built $1 million team with Rexall. My team was doing $1 million a month.
Wow.
That company, and they sold it. Unfortunately, the father son that owned it, they sold and cashed out. They didn't have the long-term vision, and the new owners had another network marketing company called Enrich International, and they took two good companies, Michael. They put them in a blender and they made one bad one. Well, I won't call it bad, but one that didn't really work as well. So that was 2002, and the new owners were not great people. So most of us quit building that. By 2004, I just wasn't having any fun anymore. But you know what? My group is still doing volume in that company. It's all called Unicity, but that was, let's see, it's 2022. And that was 2004. That was 18 years ago. I quit building that company, and my group still does several thousand a month.
I love it.
Yep, which is crazy. But we didn't have smart ship. We had the basic old auto ship, get on it. But now with smart ship and giving people lifetime 20% discount, just give us the short story on why.
Yeah. So first and foremost, I have to give all the kudos to our president, Kevin Fournier, who really took a blank piece of paper and said, how do we create a program that's a win-win? Most importantly, something for the customer. Bottom line, how do we reward the customer? And we already have the lowest prices in the world, but how do we incentivize them to be on an auto ship? And why a smart ship is so important? You'll see it anywhere. If you go to Amazon or if you go to other places, you'll see smart ship is really part of a life because A, it's convenient, very, very convenient. Second, ultimately what you're trying to do is the day that my multivitamin runs out, I go to my mailbox and it's there. So it's a consistency without me having to worry, because good health is not missing. I don't want to miss days of taking my ShapeNBurn. I don't want to miss a meal replacement. I don't want to miss a day. You don't want to miss a day with the sleep spray, which I also take. You don't have a bad night's sleep. So it's the consistency, it's the convenience, huge. But the other thing, and no one wants to have to worry every time they go on orders. Plus, it's easy to cancel. So it was brilliant what they did and what they came out with. So you already have our low price, and you do not have to. Other companies force a auto ship program, not CTFO. Carrot, not a reward. Different than other companies. Some companies say, to get paid, you got to be on our ship. Absolutely not. You come in for free. There's no charge. There's no gimmicks. There's no gotchas. There's no fee to set things up. Now you're in, you can buy wholesale whenever you want. If you set up a smart ship program, you get 5% off immediately the order you're placing. So I have no idea. I would never go into a store ever and pay more money for the exact, I mean, imagine going to the shopping aisle and you've got the exact same spaghetti sauce and one's $10 and one's 5% less. For the same thing, you always would pay less. So not only do we have the program, they spent tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars programming a way so that the experience the person goes through is great. Now, for those who say, hey, like yourself, Doug, and saying, boy, I really want to get all these things, but I just can't afford it. I can't afford to get the coffee, which I'm buying coffee anyways. I can't afford to get a protein shake, which I'm buying anyways. I can't afford to get a vitamin, which I'm getting anyways. So what they did is they said, if you're putting more in your shopping cart, now this is really important, Doug. I want to explain this to people because I want to understand before the discount. So once you hit $100 wholesale, the wholesale amount, you immediately on that order get a 10% discount, and by going on a smart ship and for future orders. So let's say you're going through your shopping and you hit $100 wholesale. When you check out, you're only paying $90 if you sign up for the smart ship. And anytime you do a one-time order, let's say, I don't know, you felt like buying some extra stuff today, or you wanted to get some samples, or you wanted to try the hair growth product, or you wanted to get a different product. When you go shop, the computer system knows you're a smart ship customer or member, automatically gives you that discount at checkout. Brilliant. And check this out, on your third order, they're increasing it to 20%. So that $100 I have in my shopping cart, starting with my third order, or 3 times that I order, now my discount goes to 20%. So you're actually saying, hey, if you're willing to spend $80 every month on our products, we're going to give you 20% off as much as you want, 365 days a year, on an already extremely affordable product reduced by 20%. The only catch is, which I don't think is really a catch, is you can change that auto ship, that smart ship anytime you want. But when you cancel it and say, I don't want to be on smart ship anymore, you just revert back to the 5% or normal pricing. You can get back up there. So that's a great way to create the loyalty, to say, hey, this is a customer that's been, for three orders, they've placed this order, they've committed to this, and we're going to give them the 20%. So we're hoping most people, I mean, if you just add, for example, on a smart ship, take 10X Pure, patented, 500, Super 500, and you add the Super 7 and the Ultimate Vitamin, you're at 20% right there. And anytime you order, you do that. So it's not hard. If you just said, hey, I want a bag of ShapeNBurn and a bag of extreme shakes every month, you're there. So it is brilliant. And again, it's one of those carrots, not sticks. You cannot show me. And when we say we're going to become a $1 billion company, everything's been put in place. Didn't happen overnight, and continuously doing that, from our pricing to our new and many more new products that are coming that are going to blow you away. This is just the beginning, guys. But the foundation is a smart ship, and we're already seeing records. And what I would encourage every single person, and I can't believe how many people, we've got 60 people who showed up. Kudos to each of you for doing that. Every one of you should go on smart ship, at least for the under 100 to get 5% off, especially. There's no excuse. It's not like you got to call a company and say, hey, cancel, or you got to fax something in, or you got to send an email. It's a friggin' button to cancel. So why wouldn't you want to be on a smart ship? How do you build a big smart ship organization? You become a smart ship customer. And if you're not sharing that with your team, you're doing a disservice. I cannot explain to you the savings. Imagine the army of people who are just loving their products. And that's what the goal is, to become that $1 billion company, which we are, is having customers throughout the world loving and experience us. And that's why you might see other companies that sizzle then fizzle, or they do the hype. This is a legacy company that it's built to last. And maybe it's a little bit slower burn, but it's okay, because the ultimate goal is to have a lifetime of residual income. And you will fall in love with the SmartShip program. And again, just an amazing, amazing thing. And I hope everyone here, don't expect anyone else to be on SmartShip if you're not on SmartShip.
No, absolutely. It's brilliant. It is just an absolute brilliant program. So kudos to Kevin Forney for building that for us and doing that. So next question, I want to talk a little bit about our compensation plan and the idea that it's unique, it's fair for everybody. It's fair for the new person, for the little guy. But and I understand everybody's got their own place and where they want to go. Some of us want to make this something life-changing, something that can just change your life, from the income and the freedom, like you talked about, is having the freedom. The money creates the freedom so you can go live your life and help a lot of people. I want to share, Michael, with my prior company, Rexall, as I mentioned, my team was doing $1 million a month. So that's a pretty big team. And my checks were about $35,000. That's what my residuals were off that $1 million. So pretty life-changing income, especially I was like my early 30s. Okay. So if you take that as a percentage, that's about 3.5%. About 3.5% of my sales ended up is what my check was. With this compensation plan, I'm 4 times that. Michael, from my volume produced in my team, I'm making 12% is what's coming back to me as commissions. It's 4 times what I was making. And it's mind blowing when people understand what the potential, and if you're not thinking big and you want to make this a small business, that's totally cool. A lot of people, I don't want to, make it sound like if you're not going big, you don't have to go big. And most people don't. But for those of you that think big and want to go big, this is crazy. It's crazy. So just give us a couple thoughts on our compensation plan, if you would.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Doug. You know what, the way that so my passion in the industry, and what I've always felt that we all have strengths and weaknesses. I was always a numbers guy. I've consulted with companies before on compensation plans. I love looking at numbers. I guess I'm just good at math, and I love looking at things. And without a shadow of a doubt, the industry should be more transparent on what they do. And I don't want to get too technical, but when we say that CTFO pays out more, it's a fact. I can look at any plan and you can show me a plan. They might tout that they are, but I'm able to go in there and see, well, this isn't the case. They're using BV, CV, QV. There's breakage to the company because there's got to be balancing going on where you've got to have a perfect balance. Though saying one thing and then doing the others is different. The amount that and the reason that CTFO can pay out as much as they do is there's no profit going to the company. There's no profit going to the owners. There's no side deals that are happening in the industry that people are not aware of. You don't have an owner. You've got 2 guys who got sick and tired of the industry who said, let's start something for everyone. Let's start something where anyone can make it. So I love that with CTFO. I love it more than anything. They're not even the highest paid members in the company. You think, well, they're at the very top. No, it doesn't work that way. Doesn't matter where you are. Based on our multiplier, which I think is amazing, because you can get paid 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 times over on the same order. Copyrighted part of the plan. 40% product introductory bonus for the first 30 days. $1,000 cash bonus up for grabs when someone comes in brand new. Loyalty bonuses that go from $200 to $3,000 a month. I mean, other companies, if you go back to the old school, remember the pink Cadillac? I mean, that was Mary Kay, right? You got a pink Cadillac. Well, do you want a pink Cadillac, or do you want a $3,000 to go towards a house or mortgage, a vacation home, a boat, retirement, whatever it is? So, and then you got the Infinity 7 plan, which allows you to go out there that if you continue sharing. So it is amazing. You're right. If you overlay your check is a reflection of what you do in our business. You can choose to keep on sharing and rolling. You can sit there and just get some spillover and have a few customers, and that's great. Make a few 10, 20, $30 a week. That's awesome. We love that. And some people do that to get the products for free. If you're looking to make a few $1,000s, absolutely possible. But the great thing is that doesn't matter where you are. You don't need to be in a binary leg where you've got one leg taking off and you've got to match the other. In this program, the more that you share, the more that you engage, the more multipliers you get, the more infinity bonuses you make, so on and so forth. So it is extremely lucrative. Now that everything's in place, one of the things we can't do is you can't make income claims. You see some companies do that. But what's going to happen now in a very short period of time, we've already seen, as you said, people coming in, so on and so forth. A lot of income is going to be made. Remember, the goal, which we're going to hit, is $1 billion in sales, and CTFO will pay out over $500 million in commissions. The question is, who on this call wants a piece of it? It really is up to you whether or not you choose to do that.
Wow, that's amazing, and we're just lucky to have all the pieces. They have the right owners, the right products. Everything is just, it's rare that you get all those things coming together in one special time, which is why I'm so excited that most people, you get 2 or 3 chances in life to hit the home run that you could have bought Amazon stock or Bitcoin or whatever. This is just one of those times. It's just a matter of the commitment and the effort. And I'm going to talk about that at the end, Michael, is a little bit of the how-to. So, let's talk a little bit about timing. Of course, timing is everything in business. So just from you get a really good perspective because you've got the largest team. You see this from a really high level. Tell us a little bit of what you see happening in 2022. And you've done this before, and I've hit momentum with the company. I know what it's like. And so what's this year look like, and kind of 5-year vision for CTFO?
Sure. So it's really cliche when people say timing, because everyone's going to tell you it's the best time no matter what company or what time it is. So I can only go from a factual standpoint based on facts of the industry if you do your due diligence. So we know that 99% of the companies that start in network marketing go out of business in the first year. So if 1,000 companies start, we know that 99% go out of business for a variety of reasons: undercapitalization, the owners were crooks, bad product, whatever it is. The 1% of those companies that make it, another 99% don't make it in the next 3 to 5 years. Factual, happens every day. I can give you as quickly as a new company is flying high. You funny, you look at the owners of those companies, they were involved with previous companies that all went bankrupt or out of business. So there's a lot of risk when you get involved in the very beginning of a company, especially if you know that the probability of it not being around. But there's a risk reward. The way that I look at CTFO, and this isn't being disrespectful to the company or anyone, I've always felt that CTFO was that more of a mom and pop type of a company. Good owners, good people, good integrity, good everything, but just didn't really have the crazy amount of leadership coming in and just full blown out nuts. And then in the 5-year period we've had, there's always struggles. Every company's going to have struggles, whether credit card processing, whether our back office backbone, it's always going to go through things. I'm a big believer is judge people or things on how they handle adversity versus on the adversity itself. So where are we today? Kevin came in, it's almost been about a year, and he had said it's going to be about a year to get things where we need it to be, with a smart ship program, with a different warehouse, with a different process of ordering. There's so many more announcements coming over the next few weeks. You haven't even seen the direction it's going. Everything that's being done is to take this to $1 billion. New products that are going to be lost, a new marketing site website that will eventually be produced. There's going to be a huge announcement on communication and recognition. So it's like the foundation has been laid, you know what I mean? And now it's like, okay, you're going to get behind this racing car. Everything's in place right now. So along the journey, we've lost people. That's similar in network marketing. For a tree to grow, the dead leaves have to fall and for new ones to flourish. So I don't want it to sound pompous to come across and say, today is the perfect day, because I think that is a little bit hypey, but based on factual statistics on trends in the industry of network marketing, when can you get involved to have the absolute least risk, but also get involved at the best timing? Like I'm looking right now and there's 58 people on this call. 6 months from now, there's going to be 600, and a year from now, there'll be 6,000. For those that are here right now, I couldn't pick a better time. I mean, everything's coming in place. For those who've been with us for a while, you've stuck through the growing pains of a company, and now you're reaping the benefits. For those that are brand new, you joined us at a great time. I'm confident, and particularly with the smart ship, with particularly the pricing we've come out with, particularly the trainings that are going to be doing, the recognition, all the things that are happening. I am confident this year we'll do more volume in 2022 than we've done in the last 5 years combined, which is historic.
It really is. And so, this is about a 3 to 5 year journey to build a good foundation in this industry. We know that.
Mhm.
And it doesn't matter whether it's CTFO or a brick and mortar or a franchise or an affiliate, whatever you build, if it's going to last, it's going to take time. So just to think for all of us that the next 5 years are the really dynamic years in front of our company, and you're building your foundation in a growing environment, that's really a great timing for all of you. So whether you've been here and you're just getting dialed in, or you're brand new, that we're going to have fun. We are going to help so many people in the next 5 years improve their health, improve their wealth, change this world. It's going to be a fun ride. Okay, so next question. The whole business is about inviting or connecting with people, sharing information, following up, enrolling them as either a good customer or an associate, and then being a leader, training, duplicating. Those are the keys in our industry. And so, but the game's kind of changed a little bit. It's changed a lot. In fact, the last couple of years has been pretty interesting, because like you, Michael, I'm out swinging every day building this. But there's a lot of good in the changes too. There's a lot of things we're doing today that we couldn't do before. So just share a little bit about how you see people building this business so they can find those loyal customers, they can find a handful of builders, and they can start to grow a foundation. What's that look like in your eyes, Michael?
Yeah, I'm a big believer that there's no cookie cutter way of doing things. There's no perfect way. You got to fit what you like. I love a variety of ways. If we're not sharing or talking about our products, I mean, I think that we get away from what network marketing was first created for, which is called referral social marketing. When you eat at a good restaurant, you're going to tell people, hey, I just had a great meal at this Italian restaurant. That is really network marketing, but you're not getting paid for it. Network marketing is saying, hey, did you see that movie that came out? What a great movie that was. That's what we do. And we overcomplicate things, and we feel as though that we're trying to sell and convince people. And that's not what we do. It's very simple. You take the products, you experience them, whether it's weight loss, whether you're sleeping better, whether you're pain-free, whatever it is that you're going through, you experience those for yourself, so that now when you talk to people and you listen to people, if you listen to what people are saying, they're going to always start with a question. They're going to complain about two things. When people can't fall asleep at night, they're thinking of two things. They're thinking of their finances or they're thinking of their health. Now, maybe there's a few other things going on, relationships or COVID or other things, but it's really their health or their wealth that they're concerned about. And we have an answer, solution to both. So when you're talking to people and you're listening to people, you're communicating, and that could be through text messaging, which I use the CTFO premium marketing system for, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Instagram, whether it's emailing, whether it's a phone conversation, whether it's a referral, whether it's advertising. It should be a smorgasbord of everything, and you're just communicating, you're building relationships, you're talking and you're sharing and you're letting the tools do the work for you. I just absolutely love the CTFO Premium Marketing app because it's awesome that you can send a text message and use that as a tool for the different videos that are out there. The other thing is that from a following up system, I just think it's great to be able to let people know that you care, that you do that. We have the CTFO promise. We have a 60-day money back guarantee. There's no risk that anyone's taking. They're going to fall in love with our products. If they don't, they get their money back, so on and so forth. So why follow-up is key? Because, it was called the rule of 7 back in the 1930s, actually. And the rule of 7 is someone has to see something 7 times before making a decision, before ordering, so on and so forth. Now it went from back about 10 years ago, a person would see 500 different advertisements in a day. Now they see 5,000 a day. So, it's just attention span. You lose people. It becomes too much and so on and so forth. So the personal touch is so key. I think a lot of times we rely, Doug, on too much technical touch. Well, I'll just go on Facebook and I'll post something, or I'll just send a text message, or I'll just have the emails do the work. I think that the combination between high tech and high touch is going to greatly produce your things. Just let people know you care, Don't try to sell them. Listen, what's your health concerns? I might have something for you. And then following up, were you curious or were you serious, so on and so forth. So hopefully that's helpful.
No question about it. And it's using the tools, but connecting with people, because it's all about the relationships. And I'm going to show you some of my conversations, Michael, that I've had this week to give people just an idea what it might look like. So one more question, and I'm going to share a few keys to success, everybody. And I'm going to show you some actual dialogue and some of the things that I'm doing that's working. As I'm generating more quality leads per week right now than I've ever done. Mm-hmm. And so we'll look at that. So last question for you, Michael. Leading by example is really what it takes. As people say, boy, I'm just, my business isn't moving, or I feel like I'm stuck in the mud, or my people aren't doing anything. And there's only one answer. The only answer is you got to go do it. The only way to lead your team, to build your group, to grow, to see something happen is you got to be the leader that's doing it. Mm-hmm. And so I know you are the epitome of doing that. So just talk a little bit of that concept and how people can embrace that and use that to help get moving forward right now.
So I'm going to speak from the heart, and hopefully, this resonates with at least one person or a few. But in my previous company, this is my 3rd company in 30 years, so I'm very proud of that. But in my previous 2 companies, my upline, they didn't practice what they preached. They were good at telling you what to do, not doing what they were doing. And it was frustrating. So for me to ask other people to share and to enroll or to be a product of the product, if I'm not doing that, then I'm doing a disservice. I'm not being ethical. I'm not having integrity. So I continuously enroll. I'll give you facts. I'll give you stats. Right now, I have about 150 people personally enrolled on SmartShip. That's a fact. That's not a made up number. I have 150 personal people. Another fact, and again, this is all, if you're questioning, and not that you would question me, but I can document and show you, since February 1st, I've personally enrolled in this month 15 new people that have all placed an order. How do I do that? In between everything else, I work this. I treat this like it's a billion-dollar company. I share with everyone. Now, I had an advantage. I showed some before and after pictures on my Facebook page, and I had people from high school that I haven't talked from the 80s. I had college friends. I had ex-workers at Aetna. I had people that I haven't seen in 10 years reach out to me. So I have to admit, it was kind of a layup, because I had so many people coming to me saying, what did you do? You lost weight, you look great. So that was an advantage. Not all came in with Super 7, but every day I talk to people. I ask for referrals. I ask people. Timing is everything. There's people that I've been prospecting for CTFO for. I don't know if he's on tonight, but I just had a friend of mine that I knew from years ago that I prospected that said no to me, 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 no to me. I don't know if Bill's here or not, but Bill just got started last week and he's already ordered over 1,000 products, $1,000 of products personally. He just told me he's the most excited he's ever been, and he must have said no to me numerous times. So I like to call it professionally and patiently persistent with people. When someone says no one time, I know it. The longer I'm with CTFO, it creates more trust. It creates more credibility. It's not like me. Yeah, it'd be easy. If I jumped into another program tomorrow, I could probably in the first day have tens of thousands of people join me, but it's short term. Here, I'm building up a long-term relationship, service, and serving others. So I enjoy that. I don't have to do that. It's nice knowing every time I enroll a new person or sponsor a person, the first thing that's great is it's cool getting that email that I enrolled. It's that 40% thing is nice. While it's a very, very small fraction of my income, it's always a reward to get that you got a new customer. I love hearing their stories, how it's changing their lives. And I'll continue to do that. I'll continue to enroll because I can't ask anyone else to do that. Now, you might be on a slower pace. I've also had 30 years of failures to be good at this. I've had more no's than probably all of you. I see William shaking his head, right? I've had more no's than all of you combined. So when you hear about the 15 yeses that came in, trust me, I've had more people hang up the phone, more people walk out of a room that I come into, more people mock me or laugh at me, friends laugh at me. So I don't want to make it seem like, oh yeah, he's just great. I failed my way to a point where now I can get good at, I guess you would call it the close. And the close is really important to say, okay, are you ready to get started? You have to have confidence to be able to say, let's get you started, get your credit card out. And that just takes practice. That just, you can't become a doctor overnight. You've got to spend 10 years or 12 years just going through a residency in school. To be a really good network marketer, it takes years. And I'm still working on myself. So I just want to let you know that I continue to do so. I'm going to close too, that one of the things that I try to provide is communication. Whether we have a Telegram, a Facebook, a text broadcast, a email broadcast, I'm here to serve everyone, to communicate so you can bring your team in. And if you don't mind, Doug, I'd like to give that site where they can go to. Are you okay with that?
Sure, yes.
Okay, so if you go to CTFO-updates.com, CTFO-updates, plural.com, you would plug into our Facebook pages, plug into our Telegram, plug into our MeWe, plug into our YouTube, and your support, it's not my page, it's ours, and so your comments, your recognition, your testimonies, we are a family, and that's first and foremost to be able to be out there. So I'd encourage everyone to be in all those platforms, to share them with others, to know that we're building this. And I wanted to finish two things. Obviously, you, Doug, you are an amazing human being. You and your wife, Susie, are two of the nicest people I've ever met. Your commitment and loyalty to your team is second to none. You stood the test of time with us for 5 years and been a very, very incredible and loyal leader. I am confident, without a question of a doubt, you, my friend, are going to have a very large portion of that $500 million. The best is yet to come. I respect you tremendously. More importantly, your friendship and who you are as a human being. And finally, I wanted to recognize that we started with 60, we have 58. So that's incredible. Usually lose half the people. So I want to applaud those who came on to a Saturday to improve yourself, to make yourself a better person, to learn. I go back, I'm really going to date myself over here. So for me, it was Sunday nights, and you had to make a long distance phone call. There was no cell phone. There was no computer, no laptop, nothing. And it was I think I'm embarrassed. It probably wasn't even, it's probably one of those phones you went, so on and so forth. It was Sundays, and we would call into these calls, and I was probably paying 20 cents a minute because I think there was a long distance call, and you'd get onto these calls, and I wasn't making money. I wasn't being successful. I still had a corporate job. I was doing it part-time, but I knew in my heart I had the desire and want to make it. And I knew that I would never quit. And I had every reason in the world to quit. I didn't have the time. I didn't have the money. I wasn't making it, but I had the passion to say, I'm not going to give up. I'm going to stick it out. And so I know what it's like to be in people's shoes. And maybe you're one of those people now. Maybe you're frustrated with the success you're having. Maybe you haven't reached the goals you wanted. Maybe you're disappointed that people have quit. Maybe you're disappointed that you haven't had the growth. But the secret is work hard, never quit, believe in yourself, and you'll make it. I'm here to help in any way that I can. I love everyone too, and I'll pass it back to you to close.
Oh, Michael, thank you. You are beyond amazing. And I'm just thrilled that we found each other and built this relationship. So, okay, everybody, I need about 5 minutes. So I'm going to take you through some keys to success here. All right. And I'm going to show you some things. So it really is a numbers game, and you just got to be focused every day on money making activities and be productive with your time, whether you got an hour a day or 5 hours a day, whatever you have. That's what it's all about. You've got to be productive on getting people in the pipeline. As Michael said, you want to be diversified. So I'm using social media. I'm doing Craigslist. I'm running paid campaigns. I know a lot of people are in the co-op. I'm talking to people I know, but part of the reason I'm generating so many leads is I'm just maximizing my time is very productive. And then it's follow-up. The fortune is in the follow-up. And in order to follow up, you need to be organized. You need to have some type of system on the invites and the people that are interested in whatever your funnel looks like. And that's what I do every day. I'm getting new people in the funnel, and it's follow up, because it's not about our timing. It's all about their timing. Now, sampling is key. I'm going to show you a couple of people that I'm taking from interested to samples. If I get people on the product and they fall in love with the product, there's a really good chance they'll fall in love with the business. So I'm doing a lot of sampling right now. And then when you find a builder, and you don't need a lot of builders, we call them the 3%ers or the 5%ers. But when you find a builder, do everything possible to get them into profit so they don't wander off and go find a shiny marble. And when you find a customer, you got to service them, you got to take care of them and turn them into a loyal customer. Okay. And then it's all about your attitude. Your attitude is going to be the biggest determining factor. So my morning is about 15 minutes of really getting focused on my why and my goals and my plan, and just creating an attitude where I know I'm going to win. So let's look at some people. So here's a lady I met on Facebook last week, and her name is Sherry. And so I do a lot on Facebook and LinkedIn. Those are my favorite platforms. Now, if you like TikTok or Instagram, there's so many different ones. But here's the reply. So if you get enough people in your pipeline, you're going to find good people. So here's what Sherry said after. So I sent an invite to her, and I don't send my links. I don't spam anything. I ask people, hey, good to connect with you. Are you open? That's what I'm doing, is getting, and I join groups. So I join groups on Facebook and LinkedIn, and there's a lot of groups of like-minded people. And so I get into groups, I have something in common with them. But look at this. Hello, Douglas. Thanks so much. I'm looking forward to receiving the samples. So when she went through my site, she not only reached back out to me, but she requested samples. I'm looking over everything in products, exciting stuff. I'm with the company, but looking to add another source of income. Sherry's amazing. She's going to be a great builder. There's one. And so just want to give you some idea of what this looks like. Here's one from LinkedIn this week. Her name is Laura. So I sent her an invite. Are you open? And she replied back and said, what's the name of the company? So I told her it was CTFO. So she said, surprised I haven't heard about it, being 6 years old. Can you please send me a sample? I want to lose 20 pounds by August. Okay. So I replied back, Laura, here's more information. I sent her more information on ShapeNBurn. People are averaging 2 to 5 pounds per week without dieting or suffering, and they love how they feel. Shoot me back your mailing address. I'll send you samples. And so, but this conversation keeps going. So check this out. I'm not looking for another company to promote, but interested in trying your product and know so many people who could benefit from this. So isn't that funny? I'm not looking for a company. So she's trying to be a little coy that she's not excited or interested. And then she asked, what are people eating while taking this green pill? So I replied back, that's a great thing. You don't need to think about dieting. ShapeNBurn helps curb cravings and burn fat naturally. However, we do recommend adding our extreme shake. It's one of the best meal replacements, $3. She replies, I'm sort of interested in everything. So as you can see, it's about building a dialogue. But I have to tell you, I've been with a company called Valentis for years, and till about 1 year ago, I'm suspect that one of the reasons I gained so much weight in the past year is that I completely quit all the products, and now I'm blipping up at an all-time high. My weight before never fluctuated, so I'm skeptical. I have a high school reunion this fall, so naturally I want to get the weight down. I'm super busy with all my other interests and businesses, so not a good candidate for promoting anything. Okay, but I like Valentis, but I don't want to be missed. I'm semi-interested in what sets you apart from all the other companies. So now when I sent her samples yesterday, I sent her everything. I sent her the ShapeNBurn, I sent her the exfoliator, I sent her a coffee. And so when I get a good prospect, same with Sherry. When I find somebody like Sherry, I don't send one sample, because my whole thing is if I can get them to fall in love with any one of our products, I've got a really good chance that they're going to fall in love with the business. So, so do I send one sample, or do I spend another $5 and, you know, it's $7? No, I'm going to spend $12 with a good prospect, because I know I got a really good chance to hook them. Now, here's one that I got this morning. This is a brand new associate. He just joined me. His name is Chip. And, but look at his message. Like a life changer, you're mentoring, because I told him I'd be his personal mentor. At 53, it's time to end the madness of a time clock and building someone else's dream. I have a servant heart, and I'm at the core and essence of life, desire to help people improve their life. I'm talking with Chip today at 5 o'clock my time. And so those are a few of the people this week. So all I know is if you do the work, and it's a numbers game, and the reason I'm getting good people is, guys, I do a lot of numbers. I send a ton of invites. And again, I don't spam people. I don't send my link. I don't, hey, are you open? That's what it's all about for me. Okay. So how to make 2022 a great year, a steady path for success. If you just wanted to simplify this down to a simple goal, add a new customer and one new active associate a month. If you can do that monthly for the next 12 months, you'll have a great foundation for your business. And of course, an active associate is somebody doing at least $45 a month. And there's, all of you can do that. There's not a single person here, if you're focused, if you're dedicated, if you're learning and getting good at the techniques, that can't do that. If you want to be a fast track, then look at your goal would be adding one new customer and one active associate every week. And that's me. That's my goal. My goal is every week to come out of this with a customer and an active associate. Doesn't always work, but hey, one week I might get 2. The next week I might get 0. But my goal is new activity weekly basis. Then what? Turn your customers into loyal customers in SmartShip. And it takes time. You got to follow up with them. You got to hold their hand. You got to get them onto that second month, that third month, get them onto SmartShip. And then when you find new associates, is help them find success as soon as possible. And then become a great leader and become a great champion. Take a snapshot. If you just take a quick shot of that slide, that'll get you a long ways down the road this year. If you're not having success, number one, you don't have good techniques. You're not following the system. Okay. If you're just spamming your link and posting your link on your Facebook feed, you're not going to get anywhere. Okay. That won't work. So you've got to get dialed in. If you're not dialed in, find somebody on your team that is dialed in and just tell them, hey, I'm serious. Help me. Okay. Number 2, you're not making enough new contacts. I send out on social media 50 to 100 invites a day. 50, probably average 50. So, and it doesn't take that much time. It really doesn't. You could do 25 invites, probably get a little bit of traction. You do 50 to 100 invites, you're going to have a lot of people that answer. And again, my whole thing is, are you open? Are you open to anything new? Okay. So that would be one thing, is your funnel's not big enough. Or number 3, you just don't have a winning attitude. If you don't sound like a winner, if you don't come across like a winner, nobody's going to follow you. So if maybe you got to spend 15 minutes in the morning, get on YouTube and just Google entrepreneur or winning, or you got to get yourself following people and get that attitude. Or number 4 is you just got poor follow-up. If fortune is in the follow-up, and I follow up with people at least 3 times, 3 to 5. And a lot of the people I'm getting is that second, third, fourth follow-up when they say, oh yeah, I am interested. Okay, last slide. Make your why so big that nothing can stop you from winning. Once you really figure out why you want to succeed, then you'll conquer and you'll get over the barriers. Okay, and my last tip is EE times UF equals miracles. Extraordinary effort, because it takes a lot of effort. It really does. It takes a dedicated effort times unwavering faith. You've got to be completely 100% all in with CTFO. If you're not, well, maybe you don't have to be 100% all in, but you've got to have the faith in our company. Okay, eventually you'll be all in. If you're brand new, you're just trying to figure it out. But if you take enough effort and enough faith, then miracles happen. So with that, everybody, we did burn up an hour here, a little bit over, but it was a great Zoom. I'll record this. I think there's a lot of gold, a lot of nuggets that you can use to go back through. Boy, we burned up our hour here. So I'll take, if anybody's got, we'll take 2 or 3 quick questions. You'll need to unmute yourself. But if you got a question or a comment, I'll take a few minutes. So if you got something to say, you got to grab your mute button and unmute yourself.
Hey, Doug, I'll make a comment.
Yeah, please do.
Loved your little bit there about your scripts and reaching out and kind of what you're saying. I did an hour Zoom yesterday with my daughter, who I'm working very close with. And we did all that, mostly talking about how to talk to people and grabbing that book that Kevin mentioned a week or so ago called Natural Selling Concepts, I think it is. Encourage my team to get that book to learn how to talk to people and sell naturally. And so we're really helping our team with giving them some scripts and what to say and cold calling and all that stuff. So thanks for sharing that little tidbit there. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm glad to do it. And for me, guys, it's just a lot of numbers. is the first thing I'll say. And that's just connecting with the people that respond. Don't try to sell them. Don't try to lasso them. Just start to build the conversation, and it'll good things will happen.
Hey, Doug.
Hey there, Bill.
Hey, everybody. Great book. I know Val, you mentioned this, The Miracle Morning by Craig Ballantyne. Great book to start your day in the right way with the right positive mindset to get your day started off right. Really, really will help you. The
Right.
Miracle Morning. It's a small book.
And I believe that's the one, that Hal Elrod, that EE times UF. He's part of that same book. So
Yeah,
that's where I borrowed it from him for sure.
great book.
All right. Anybody else want to say hi? Wow, great group. I'm so proud of all of you to take a whole hour with us. I know it was a lot of time, but Michael, you were beyond amazing with your insight. And then hopefully we gave you a little bit at the end of some of the action steps that'll get you into success. So I'll record this, Michael. We'll post it up that you can share it with your team. I'll get it out to my team. If anybody did not see this, for somebody who is serious, this would be a good hour for them to get dialed in. So I'll get a YouTube link going out to everybody. And Tuesday night, that's the next event. It's all about building for the next event. So Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Central, CTFOwebinar.com. We'll see you there.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thanks.